My body.
My choice.
My body.
My choice.
My choice.
My choice.
Choice to me means, for women in particular, having the autonomy to make the best decisions for ourselves without the influence of anyone else.
Choice means freedom, and for everyone, I think that's the most important part.
My opinion of what choice means to me has evolved over the years. Fundamentally, it's not just about the ability to choose whether to have a child or not have a child, or have the pregnancy or not have the pregnancy. It's about the right of bodily autonomy. So to me, fundamentally, choice is bodily autonomy.
It's just absolutely fundamental. You know, I can't imagine in my life or, anybody's life not having that ability to make decisions about what happens to your body.
Choice means to me a Missouri where every one of us has an equal ability to decide if, when, and how, and with whom we want to start or grow our family.
I certainly never imagined we'd be where we are today, and I'm not sure anybody really thought that Roe would be, systematically dismantled over 50 years, which, in my opinion, is really what's happening.
Today, let us make known to the citizens of this great state and every state in the nation that Missouri stands for the unborn.
We cannot go back to a time when inequality is institutionalized, where procedures are covert and illegal and done in the shadows, where women might forego health care because they're afraid of going to prison. We cannot go back. We must not go back. And NARAL is one of the keys to making sure that doesn't happen.
Being able to have a voice that's so articulate, that's so, really out there talking about reproductive rights issues, I think has been critical. And 50 years ago, you wouldn't have had as many people out in the streets or as many people going to the legislature as, as we see now. And I think that that's an outcome of the kind of organizing work and the leadership and vision that really NARAL has provided.
Manipulation and deceit have no place in healthcare.
I'm proud to say that while I was here, I was able to speak outside of the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C., talking about the problem with crisis pregnancy centers, also known as fake clinics, who market and tailor their message to prey upon women of color. And that is because they're well aware that there's this gap of people who are uninsured, and we are in that gap. Women of color exist there. And so we are often looking for resources to be able to meet our healthcare needs that are free or low cost. When I was 16, trying to figure out my pregnancy status, I went to a fake clinic exactly 14 years later while I was in a training here at NARAL about fake healthcare clinics. I had this awareness. It still gets me emotional today. I realized that I had walked into a fake clinic. And if I hadn't had that training, I don't know if I ever would have known that.
To not have the ability to say, this is the direction I want my life to go in. It's all of a package. It's reproductive rights, it's personal freedom, it's economic freedom, economic opportunity all together.
As I started looking at my own reproductive health, I had to go to Planned Parenthood to get birth control pills. I was away at school. During my pap smear, found that I had precancerous cells on my cervix, and then went through the procedure to get rid of them, all at Planned Parenthood in Virginia. And had I not used what my parents taught me is, the right thing to do related to my health, I don't think I would be sitting here before you today. A lot of times in this space of being an advocate, especially for a woman's right to choose, we don't see a lot of faces of color out front.
When I say mine, you say choice. My choice. My choice.
NARAL's been very good at being inclusive and making sure that every voice is represented.
NARAL is promoting women of color, people that don't conform to gender identities, those people that still have to make those choices about their body, about abortions, but now they get to have a say.
I see NARAL talking about humans who can be pregnant and talking about how we're much more of a queer, expansive organization. You're surrounded by men and women and non-binary folks who all believe in this cause. And because you have a rallying cry, you get to bring everybody together.
Whether, it's, white or black, men or women, gay, straight. I think that is important and really helps build the strength of the movement. And I think in the end is what may really save, reproductive freedom for everybody in this country.
A lot of people like to share and but having them do something, we, especially young people, need to realize it's not just about what you do on social media, it's what you also do on the ground.
There is room for everybody at NARAL Pro-Choice Missouri. If you are not someone who is ready to take it to the streets, we need you here in our office making calls. We need you stuffing envelopes. We need you at home around your dinner table talking about why access to abortion is important to you, talking about why reproductive freedom is for everyone.
There are multiple ways to get into this fight, and you don't have to do all of those things. You can do one, but do something.
This is what pro-choice looks like.